Today, let's talk a little bit about the monk and its current state in Diablo Immortal. Nowadays, people refer to it as a dead class, and they are not entirely wrong. It is basically outclassed and outperformed by other classes. If you're playing as a monk, you probably already know what I'm talking about. Most of the new essences don't align with each other, and some of the monk's skills are way harder to land compared to other classes. This has always been the case, which used to create a bit of a skill gap. However, now it has reached the point where it's almost impossible to land a full combo on enemies because of the crazy increase in mobility skills in other classes. Nowadays, a fully landed combo by a monk is either interrupted, immune, or missed. Even if you successfully land all of your skills, it does very little damage and you are probably caught in some sort of crowd control effects with no means of escape. Any other class you may think is at the bottom, the monk is currently lower than that class you are thinking of. Monks had a very short period of time when they were really strong, especially when the Shimmerlin was powerful. To be honest, the monk used to be my favorite class until they buffed the Shimmerlin so much because it was a really fun class that you could enjoy applying control effects to enemies, and it was the only class with a bunch of mobility skills. The reason I disliked Shimmerlin was that it was too easy to play and it made the monk mainstream, but at least the class was strong back then. Since then, we have only seen the monk perform decently a few times with the anti-dash dome build and the tanky build that Whales used. Since then, the monk can't do anything better than other classes. With all other classes having immunities, iframes, or massive damage output, the monk can't really compete with all of it. Back in the day, this class was known for backline interruption, burst damage, and when played correctly, it could lock down the target. As of now, the monk has left these roles to other classes. For example, the Blood Knight can do most of the things a monk can do a little bit better. Some of the die-hard monk players might argue that if you play it correctly, you can still do these things, but I don't really agree with that. I'm pretty sure that if you put all that effort into another class, you will perform better than with the monk. Don't get me wrong, the monk can still be good in activities such as vaults and clan wars, but that's not the point we are discussing right now. I think the monk doesn't really need a complete overhaul because it still has some unique features. The monk can do a big group area of effect heal. The monk can dispel control effects or grant immunity to control for himself and one party member. The monk can deal a very good amount of burst damage with some of its skills. The monk can cancel dash skills with a pretty big area of effect. But as we already discussed, these are not enough right now, and releasing a few strong essences can bring this class to life. We all should understand that some classes will always perform better than others at a given time in the game. But this cycle should be close to fair for all classes. That's just my hope regarding the overall class balance in Diablo Immortal. Probably there are some things that I missed about the monk, and I'm sure that there are some players who enjoy the class as it is right now, which is good to see. I just wanted to rant a little bit about what I think about the monk class. I would love to play it again when it gets some cool essences in the future. Well, that's all I wanted to talk about. Let me know what you think about the monk and share what type of changes you want to see in the comment section. Thanks for tuning in and take care.